Wait a second. What Florentino Pérez has just done is about to shake the entire football world. No one, absolutely no one, saw this coming. The president of Real Madrid, the most influential man in European football, has just made a decision that will change everything. A decision that's already making headlines across major media outlets, including the highly respected German newspaper Bild, which is always well informed about what happens behind the scenes of Europe's biggest clubs. But before we dive into the details of this shocking news from Madrid, make sure you're subscribed to the channel and have turned on notifications. Here, every day, we bring you the real news from Real Madrid, exclusives, deep analysis, inside information, and everything others don't tell you. So click subscribe, leave a like to support the work, and stay until the end, because you're about to understand why this decision from Florentino Pérez could redefine the future of the club. According to Bild, Florentino Pérez has approved the sale of Vinicius Jr. at the end of the season. Yes, you heard that right. Vinicius, the Brazilian jewel of Real Madrid, one of the key players in the club's long-term project, could be leaving the Santiago Bernabéu. And no, this is not a rumor created for attention. According to German sources, this decision came directly from the president after an internal incident deemed unacceptable during the last Clásico against FC Barcelona. In the locker room, tensions reportedly exploded after a tactical disagreement between Vinicius and the coach. Voices were raised, and even though the Brazilian later issued a public apology, the damage was done. Perez, who has always been strict about discipline and the club's image, is said to have believed that Vinicius had crossed a red line. And according to Bild, that's when everything changed. The president reportedly gathered his closest advisors to discuss Vinicius Jr.'s departure at the end of the season. But it wasn't just that altercation that pushed Perez to act. In recent months, several aspects of the player's behavior have irritated the management: on-field provocations, excessive reactions toward referees, and what some senior players describe as a self-centered attitude. Perez was reportedly frustrated to see one of his top players become a source of controversy, rather than an example for the younger ones. The breaking point came during the match against Valencia. Vinicius took a penalty that the coach had assigned to Mbappé. The result, a missed penalty, and a cold anger from Xabi Alonso, who felt the player had disrespected team instructions. Behind the scenes, Perez saw this as the symbol of a player who had become uncontrollable. In his eyes, no one should ever feel above Real Madrid. The message behind this decision is crystal clear. Real Madrid is an institution, not a player. Perez wants to remind everyone that the club comes before anyone, regardless of talent or popularity. That's why he reportedly approved a surprising strategy: extend Vinicius's contract before selling him. Why? To protect his market value, avoid a discounted sale, and maintain full control of the negotiations. Vinicius's current deal runs until 2027, but a symbolic extension to 2028 would allow Real Madrid to sell from a position of strength. For Perez, this serves as a message to future generations: wearing the Real Madrid shirt is an honor, not a privilege. Naturally, this kind of news has immediately drawn the attention of Europe's biggest clubs. According to Bild, Liverpool are closely monitoring the situation. Jurgen Klopp, or his potential successor depending on the timing, has always admired Vinicius's explosive style and reportedly sees him as the perfect replacement for Mohamed Salah. But beware, the Saudi clubs are not far behind. Last summer, a Saudi Pro League team had already offered more than €250 million to sign him. At that time, Perez firmly refused. Today, the situation is different. With tensions rising and Perez's desire to restore the club's authority, a record offer from Saudi Arabia might now be seriously considered. Vinicius's departure would undoubtedly shake the balance of the dressing room. He's not only a talented player but also one of the faces of the new Real Madrid. His connection with Mbappé was starting to flourish, and his influence on the pitch was growing. But for Perez, no player is untouchable. He has already started looking at potential replacements. Khvicha Kvaratskhelia, Napoli. Rafael Leao, AC Milan. Or even Rodrigo, who could be repositioned on the left to ease the transition. Real Madrid could use Vinicius's transfer to strengthen key positions, such as a defensive midfielder and a top-tier centre-back, in preparation for the next Galactico era. Whatever happens, Vinicius Jr.'s journey at Real Madrid has been remarkable. Arriving in 2018 at only 18 years old, he has grown season after season to become one of modern football's brightest stars. His numbers speak for themselves. 111 goals, 87 assists, and several major trophies: La Liga, the Champions League, the UEFA Super Cup. Beyond the stats, it's his flair, dribbling skills, and competitive spirit that have captured the hearts of Madrid fans. And it's precisely this contrast between his genius on the field and his explosive temperament that makes Perez's decision so difficult to accept. If there's one thing we know about Florentino Pérez, it's that he never makes a move without a vision. Every action, every decision is part of a bigger plan. According to internal sources, this choice to sell Vinicius would mark the start of a new era. A balanced Real Madrid built around Mbappé as the central figure, surrounded by disciplined, team-oriented players. Perez's goal is clear: to build a legendary team without oversized egos. And ironically, it might be this very philosophy that has kept Real Madrid at the top of world football for 2 decades. In Madrid streets, on TV sets, and across social media, the debate is raging. Fans are deeply divided. Some believe Perez is right to enforce discipline. Others think he's making a huge mistake by letting go of such a decisive player. Without Vinicius, Real lose their attacking soul, some say. But without discipline, the club loses its identity, others reply. Even inside the locker room, opinions differ. Some senior players reportedly support the president's decision, while others think the situation could have been handled differently. Now it's your turn. Do you think Florentino Pérez was right to make this shocking call? Should Vinicius Jr. be sold to preserve Real Madrid's stability, or kept as a symbol of the club's future? Tell us in the comments. Your opinion matters to the Real Madrid news community. And if you want to support the channel, leave a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next updates. Because this Vinicius story is far from over, and what's coming next might be even more unbelievable. One thing is certain: when Florentino Pérez makes a move, the football world trembles.